Most people think Stoicism is about being calm and emotionless, but that's not what it's for at all. Stoicism is not about feeling nothing, it's about being unbreakable. It's a practical operating system for life built for chaos, loss, pressure, and unfairness, and if you actually apply it, your life changes in ways motivation never could. Here is the hard truth: life will not slow down for you, it will not become fair, it will not wait until you feel ready, and Stoicism begins the moment you stop arguing with that fact and start working with reality instead of fighting it. The first practical rule of Stoicism is ruthless clarity about what is in your control and what is not. Your opinions, your actions, your effort, your discipline, your reactions, your values. These are yours fully and completely. Everything else, outcomes, other people, the past, luck, timing, respect, validation, success, failure, weather, traffic markets, health of others, social media opinions, all of it is outside your control. The mistake most people make is they spend most of their mental energy on the second category and then wonder why they feel powerless, anxious, and angry. Stoicism flips this completely. You train yourself to care deeply about what you can control and emotionally release what you cannot. This does not mean you stop trying, it means you stop attaching your peace to outcomes. You do the work because it is right, not because it guarantees applause. When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself one question: what is actually mine to handle today? Not what do I hope happens, not what do I fear might happen, but what actions, attitudes, and choices belong to me today. That question alone removes a massive amount of mental noise. The second practical rule is negative visualization, which sounds dark, but is one of the most grounding tools you can use. People think imagining loss will make them anxious, but in reality, avoiding it makes them fragile. Stoics deliberately imagine losing what they love, not to be morbid, but to build gratitude and resilience. Imagine waking up without your job, without your health, without your reputation, without someone you love. Now open your eyes and realize you still have them. This instantly turns entitlement into appreciation and appreciation into strength. At the same time, negative visualization prepares you for reality. Because loss is not a possibility, it is a certainty. Everything you have is on loan time. Bodies, relationships, status, all of it accepting. This does not make life meaningless, it makes it urgent. You stop postponing honesty, courage, and discipline. You stop assuming tomorrow will fix what you refuse to handle today. The third rule is voluntary discomfort. Modern life has made comfort automatic, and that has quietly weakened people. Stoics intentionally practiced discomfort to remind themselves they could endure more than they thought. Cold showers, simple food, walking instead of riding, silence instead of noise, training when you don't feel like it, not because suffering is noble, but because resilience is built through exposure, not theory. When you voluntarily do hard things, you remove fear from hardship. You teach your nervous system that discomfort is not danger, and that you are capable without ideal conditions. This pays off when life forces discomfort on you, because it will, and when it does, you are not shocked or offended, you are prepared. The fourth rule is emotional discipline, not emotional suppression. Stoicism does not tell you to deny emotions. It teaches you not to be ruled by them. Emotions are data, not commands. You feel anger, you do not become anger. You feel fear, you do not obey fear. The gap between stimulus and response is where your power lives, and Stoicism is about widening that gap. When something happens, pause, ask, what story am I telling myself about this? Is this judgment helping or harming me? Very often, it is not the event that disturbs us, but the meaning we assign to it. Someone disrespects you, you immediately label it intolerable, insulting, unacceptable. That judgment creates rage. If instead you label it as noise, ignorance, or something not worth your character, you remain calm without being weak. You can still respond firmly, but without losing yourself. The fifth rule is memento mori. Remember, you will die. This is not a slogan, it is a filter. Stoics kept death in mind daily. Not to be depressed, but to be precise. When you remember that your time is limited, trivial things lose their grip. You stop delaying difficult conversations. You stop tolerating lives you hate. You stop pretending you have unlimited chances. You ask yourself, if this is the last year of my life, how would I act today? Who would I stop trying to impress? What would I stop fearing? What would I finally do? Memento mori cuts through procrastination better than any productivity hack. The sixth rule is role ethics. Stoicism asks, not what do I feel like doing, but who am I supposed to be, right? Now you are a parent, a friend, a leader, a worker, a citizen, a student. Each role has duties, regardless of mood. A firefighter does not ask if he feels inspired when the alarm goes off. He acts. Stoicism trains you to show up according to principle, not emotion. This is how you become reliable to yourself and others. Your feelings fluctuate, your values do not. The seventh rule is radical acceptance. This does not mean passive resignation. It means accepting reality as it is before trying to change it. Complaining is wasted energy. Resisting facts does not make them disappear. It only adds suffering. Say this clearly to yourself. This is happening now. What is the best response available to me? Stoics believed that every situation, no matter how bad, contains material for virtue, patience in delay, courage in fear, honesty in pressure, self-control in temptation, dignity in loss. You do not get to choose your challenges, but you do get to choose your conduct. The eighth rule is social stoicism, which many people ignore. Stoicism is not isolationist. It teaches justice, fairness, and cooperation. You are part of a larger whole. Acting selfishly harms you because it violates your nature as a social being. Help others not for praise, but because it aligns with who you are. Forgive not because people deserve it, but because carrying hatred poisons you. Set boundaries, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. The Stoic is calm, but not passive, kind, but not naive, firm, but not cruel. The ninth rule is mental rehearsal. Before entering a difficult situation, imagine obstacles in advance. Visualize delays, insults, failure, fatigue, then plan your response. This removes surprise, and surprise is what destabilizes people when the obstacle arrives. You say, I expected you, and you execute your plan. This technique alone can dramatically reduce anxiety, because anxiety thrives on uncertainty. When you rehearse adversity, you turn fear into readiness. The 10th rule is daily reflection. At the end of the day, review your actions. Where did I act with virtue? Where did I fall short? Not to shame yourself, but to train yourself. Improvement requires feedback, and you must be your own coach. Be strict with your standards, but compassionate with your progress. Stoicism is a practice, not a personality trait. You will fail, and that is part of training. Now here is the deeper point. Stoicism is not about controlling the world. It is about governing yourself when you master your self-circumstances. Lose their tyranny. Pain still hurts. Loss still stings. Effort still costs energy. But none of these destroy you. You stop being a hostage to external validation. You stop outsourcing your self-worth to outcomes. You become internally anchored. This is why Stoicism is dangerous to shallow systems, because a Stoic cannot be easily manipulated by fear, pleasure, or outrage. They are hard to sell to and hard to intimidate. They are free, and freedom is not doing whatever you want. It is wanting what is within your control. To live practically as a Stoic, start small. Begin your day by defining what is in your control. Practice discomfort once a day. Even briefly pause before reacting, especially when emotional. Visualize loss to deepen gratitude. Reflect nightly with honesty. Keep death in perspective. Act according to role and principle, not impulse. Do not chase a painless life. Chase a resilient one. Stoicism does not promise happiness. It delivers strength, and strength quietly creates peace. In a world addicted to comfort, outrage, and distraction, Stoicism is a rebellion, a calm, disciplined, ethical rebellion. And if you apply it seriously, you will notice something powerful happening. The world stays chaotic, but you stop being chaotic inside, and that is where real power begins.